First of all, let's understand what is the real prayer. For most people, prayer is confused with a lot of other concepts. Like many people ask, what is the difference between prayer and meditation? Prayer and contemplation? What is the difference between prayer and positive thinking? What is the difference between prayer and my inner deep desire to get this or to get that? Why is it that in prayer, is it the right way that in prayer I should sit there and say, oh God, please do this for me, do that for me, or whatever? Is it like, is prayer a kind of, a way to get your stuff that you want? It's like a wish list. Oh God, please do this, do this, do this. You see that a lot in movies today and in TV shows. They really know how to make prayer sounds pathetic. Is this what prayer is reduced to? Some kind of a chit-chat, childish, wishful thinking, give me what I need type of approach? And this is the problem that we see, that a lot of people misunderstand really what prayer is all about. So let's dive in a bit and see how to look at prayer, the real prayer, very, very differently. What we need to understand is number one, what exactly is the true nature of the human being, of you? What is your true nature? A lot of people don't really understand that. People say, oh, yeah, I understand. I've got the body, I've got the soul, I've got my mind. I know who I am. Everything is clear. What news can you give me there? There's actually huge news. This is something that comes from, especially to taken to the extreme level of accuracy in the teachings of Kashmiri Shaivism, which is a very advanced form of Tantra. It's also touched upon very much in the teachings of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, where the understanding of the true nature of reality, and as a result of that, subsequently, your true nature is explored. If you understand who you really are, not just understand intellectually, and intellectual understanding is irrelevant. I'm talking about understanding existentially. If you can somehow within yourself really get the clarity of who you are, then suddenly you realize that you have been totally ignorant to your true nature, probably for most of your life. And as a result of that, you were ignorant to your true potential. And how do you manifest your true potential? Well, one of the most powerful ways to manifest your true potential is by doing or practicing the real kind of prayer, the authentic prayer. We also need to understand the language of prayer. It's not just you sitting there and saying, oh God, do this, do that, give me my car or whatever. It's not enough. This is superficial and nonsense. What we're talking about is the language of the deeper aspect of your mind. Because in fact, we as human beings have more than just the mind that we recognize. We have a deeper part of ourselves, what we call the subconscious mind. We usually don't know how to unite the two parts of the mind. And if we don't have the possibility to unite the two parts of the mind, we never get real power. It becomes a superficial effort. And that applies for prayer. Because most people do prayer simply by using the conscious part of their minds. No surprise there, that's usually the part we're familiar with. Most people have zero familiarity with the deeper parts of their mind. And because of that, the conscious part of the mind, it's pretty good in analyzing things and whatever other functions it does. There's plenty, but it does not have one thing which is very, very necessary. And that is, it doesn't have real power. It doesn't. And this is something we need to go much deeper into, and I'll explain that in more details, and I'll give the understanding how to use prayer in order to bridge this gap. Because once you bridge this gap, you will see your prayer quality can increase exponentially. So we need to know what terminology, what mindset, what language, what intention, what mental state we need to have in order to trigger the mechanism of prayer to such a level that it becomes not just powerful, but it can become predictively successful.